It can be scary when someone we love and care about might have suicidal thinking and not something that we want to think about. However, it's also not something we want to miss. And so it can be really dangerous if we're not looking for and aware of the warning signs of teen suicidal thinking and behavior. So today, that's what I want to talk with you about is 10 warning signs to look out for so that you feel prepared and know what's going on. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Liana Sangridis. I am a teen therapist in Watertown, Connecticut, and I'm here to help you develop coping skills so that you can live a life that you love. So if you're concerned that somebody might have suicidal thinking or behaviors, you can always call the National Suicide Hotline. That number is 800-273-8255. So let's dive right in. 10 warning signs of suicidal thinking and behavior. Number 1 is if that person is feeling like their presence is bothersome to other people. Teens have a really strong need and desire for social acceptance. It is developmentally appropriate for them to seek some social approval from their peers. And if they feel like their very being is bothersome to the people they're around, that's the opposite of what their social need is. And that can be very triggering for suicidal thoughts. That leads right into number 2, which is isolation. And I know you're probably thinking, all teens isolate. That's a really normal behavior. Like, what are you thinking? Well, yes, some isolation is very normal. It's part of, teens individualizing and establishing their independence. That's not the kind of isolation I'm talking about. I'm talking about when teens are isolating from everything and everyone, from school, from sports, from social media, video games, everything. They're just completely disconnecting from their world. Number 3 is anxiety. A lot of people think of suicidal thinking as being depression only, and that's not true. Not only can anxiety go hand in hand with depression, but anxiety is such an intense emotion that a lot of times people can have very intrusive thinking of, I just can't do this anymore. I need to rest. And those can be very scary thoughts. Number 4, being trapped. Feeling like there's nowhere to go. Feeling like things are unbearable. These are definitely signs that somebody might be having thoughts of, I need this to end. Number 5. This one might seem kind of obvious, but sometimes we kind of overlook this one. So when somebody is talking about or kind of cracking jokes about suicidality and like, oh, well, I just can't do it, or nope, if only I wasn't here. Some people even make, jokes or comments of literally wanting to kill themselves. It's really important that we take every statement seriously. Again, number 6 might seem obvious. When someone is looking for ways to kill themselves, when somebody has expressed or talked about, again, even joking about like overdosing or any of the other ways to kill themselves, this is something we always want to take seriously. We don't want to kind of brush it under the rug as like, oh, that's just a conversation they're having. Number 7, increased anger. Again, this is one where you might be going, well, teens get angry. And that's true, but you also want to pay attention because anger is something that we use to mask our emotions, which is why people who might struggle with a lot of anger might also be depressed. And so if a teen is having an increased anger or rage, there might be something bigger going on that they're masking. And so this combined with something else may be a significant warning sign. So it's definitely something worth keeping an eye on and seeing if you need to look at getting them an assessment. Number 8, intense mood swings. Same thing. Like, teens have mood swings. You're a teen therapist. You should know that. Yeah, teens do. They can be a little up and down. Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those intense mood swings, very black and white. You're going to see an increase from their baseline in mood swing here. When their moods are starting to affect the relationships in their life, when they feel out of control with their mood swings, this is what I'm talking about as a warning sign for our suicidal thinking and behavior. Number 9 is hopelessness. When they're expressing helplessness, hopelessness, that nothing's ever going to change, that's definitely something you want to keep an eye on. And number 10 is change in sleep. Now, teens don't get enough sleep as it is. Their schedules just change because of how school is for them. But if you see them talking about really having a lot of difficulty sleeping, something is, made it harder for them. Maybe they were normally sleeping okay and now they're not, or they're sleeping all weekend long, or maybe it's the opposite. They can't sleep at all. A change in sleep that's, drastically different again from where their baseline was, can really impact their mood. And then there also might be something that is keeping them up or that they're avoiding with sleep. So again, if you have any concerns, call the National Suicide Hotline. The number there is 800-273-8255. If it's an emergency, please call 911. And you can always take your teen to get an assessment by a professional near you. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back next week. Take care.